أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The program schedule for the next 8 days of Muharam will be as follows. The ladies program begins at 10:30 a.m. with Hadith Kisa, Marcia at 11 a.m. The Majlis by Zakra Romana Kazmi ending with Matam and Ziyarat. Inshallah, the main program begins at 7:30 p.m. with Maghribain Jamaat Namaz, Quran recitation, Marcia at 8:15 p.m. Majlis by Shaykh Shahnawaz Mehdawi ending with Matam and Ziyarat. There will be a special children's program for ages 4 to 7 daily at the Imam Zaman alayhi salam hall. This will be in parallel to the main program. The Majlis in Urdu by Maulana Feroz Abbas starts today at 11 p.m. All brothers and sisters are invited to attend this program. Inshallah, membership for the year 2017-2018 is now due for renewal. Brothers and sisters are requested to please settle their donations and their dues at either desk. All parents with young children are reminded to ensure that their children is with them at all times, especially during the namaz and the majlis. We have received many complaints and we appreciate your cooperation in this cause. The IUS Imam Hussein blood donation campaign will be taking place once again at Tooting Blood Donor Centre on Saturday, 7th of October. To book your appointment, please visit the website ius.org.uk/giveblood. And there will be a link out to it. There is also a desk in the ladies' foyer for any sisters who would like to sign up. The Who is Hussein campaign are selling keychains with quotes, which is a perfect gift to spread the message of Imam Hussein. These keychains are available for the desk for purchase. All brothers and sisters are requested and encouraged to support this cause. Dua Shafa is requested for the following Marid: Shireen by Ramji Peta, a mu'min who's unwell, Samina Zaidi, brother Ammar Raza, sister Batul Damani, Shaista Anwar Haji, Muhammad Wazar Rahim Ramji, Ahmad Ali Dina, and Kul Mu'mineen who are either unwell or suffering tonight. Bismillah. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا ويكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Surah Fatiha is requested for all the marhumin's names who will be appearing on the screen, all their deceased family members, and all those who have departed this world. Ila arwah al-mu'minina wal-mu'minat. Rahim Allahu man yaqra' Surah al-Fatiha. May now request Brother Kambar from the Zainabiyya community of Reading to say a few words. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Kambar. I've come from Zainabiyya Reading. Some of you may know me from last year. I came here for VR Kabbalah project. That's mashallah taken off and we're launching tomorrow. This time I've come here to you guys to talk about our center there in Reading. We bought a small unit a couple of years ago when we had about 15-20 families at the time. Mashallah, we've grown in 2 years to about 40 families. Most of our jamaats for Friday prayers, Eid namaz, it is quite congested now, and also the council's asked us to leave the place itself because it's in the core employment zone. So we, alhamdulillah, placed an offer for a new building, which is a 2-story, triple the size of what we have now, and it's been accepted. But the cost of it is about 395,000. We're short of 160 at the moment, so we're going to different idaras, centers, Husainiyas, to collect some fund for it. And the funds, of course, will go towards it. We've got ijazah for khums as well. So if anyone would like to give their khums to us, we've got ijazah for most of the marjas, including Sistani Sahib and Khamnai Sahib, and most of the others as well. So, yeah, the plea here is just come to us, and if you could donate, of course, the benefit is hereafter, it's in hereafter. It's a sadqa jariyah. Also, all the majalis, all the prayers that will happen there, you will get the benefit of it, you will get the sawab of it. So we are setting up our stand outside. If you'd like to know more about it, please come to us. And anything, small, large numbers, we're more than happy to collect it. Thank you very much. Inshallah, I'll see you guys outside. Thank you. Salawat.
Inshallah, just before we start the majlis, there's been a request for Majlis Azad at Brother Sibtain Raza's residence on Sunday the 19th of November, and brothers and sisters are invited to attend. Again, just before the majlis, can I request all the brothers to please stand up and move as far forward as possible, especially towards the back, just to avoid any disruption to the lecture today. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Please, brothers, can you come forward? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Hasan. Shaykh, can I invite you to request to deliver tonight's lecture?
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين وباعث الأنبياء والمرسلين الذي بعد فلا يرى وقرب فشهد النجوى تبارك وتعالى ثم الصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على خاتم النبيين وسيد المرسلين وشفيع المذنبين الرسول المؤيد والنبي الممجد المصطفى الأمجد أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين لا سيما على الإمام المنتظر وحجة الله الثاني عشر ابن العسكري المنتظر ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. أما بعد، فإن الله الصادق العليم قال في كتابه الكريم القرآن الحكيم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. سبحان الذي أسرى بعبده ليلا من المسجد الحرام إلى المسجد الأقصى الذي باركنا حوله لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. صلوات. I had made sort of a commitment last night about adhering to the time. But despite trying very heavily, I still overshot. So today we give up any trying. Let's see wherever it goes. I still try to keep it short, but that depends how it goes and the flow moves. But you do realize we are now into the 5th night. Means now we are halfway towards the culmination of the month of Muharram. And how quickly the 5th night has come. It's just as if last night that we had started the first majlis. And this is an indication to us that this is how our lives move, so quickly that we don't realize it. It's because we keep watching day in and day out ourselves in the mirror, we don't realize the change. But you really want to see how things move, pick up your photograph of the past 10 years. 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and you'll see the difference. And that's how life is, and this is what this institution is, to keep reminding us. There's a place that you need to go, there's a place that you have to go. The one reality of life is death. But anyway, that is a different issue. In our endeavor, in our understanding, the topic of Miraj, Surah Isra, Subhanalladhi Asra bi'abdihi. Glorified be the Lord who took his servant on a nightly journey. And while we were talking about this, if you remember, just to link things up today before we can move forward, that we said this Miraj had a dealing with all those 4 categories of people that the Holy Prophet was associating with during his entire life of tabligh. And we mentioned those 4 categories. One was the Mushrikeen of Quraysh, one was the Yahud of Medina, there was the Munafiqeen who started their work fag end of their life in Mecca and then continued in Medina. And then obviously there was the core group of Muslimin, Mu'mineen, who were with the Holy Prophet from the time he started his mission right up to Medina. And these 4 categories of people, all of these people were dealt with in some important aspect by Miraj. We spoke about the Mushrikeen, we don't want to reiterate. We spoke about the Yahud, we don't want to reiterate. We spoke about the Munafiqeen, again, we do not want to speak further. What it becomes important, and last night I did mention, is the 4th group of the Holy Prophet that he was dealing and associating with, the Mu'mineen. Miraj plays a very important role in passing 2 main messages to them. Both of these messages, one related to Mecca, one related to Medina. Now, all this time I keep saying, you will not get the information or the understanding just by one lecture. You will need to keep moving back and forth. The amount of information that has been giving out has to be now sifted through and sieved through. We had mentioned that Miraj took place in Mecca, and from today we will go into the actual discussion of Miraj near the end of the lecture. Last 10 minutes, 15 minutes is where we will be touching it, and then from tomorrow you will see how we move forward. This incident took place in Mecca. After this incident, the Holy Prophet migrates to Medina. Keep this in mind, because this incident, this aspect of the Holy Prophet's Miraj, dealing with the Mu'mineen, plays a very important role for you to understand, for me to understand, and was what was intended by God for the Mu'mineen to understand. Now, when the Holy Prophet started his mission by saying, قُولُوا لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا اللَّهُ تُفْلِحُوا, say La ilaha illallah and you will be successful. It was from this time that his mission started. As is always the case, the missions chugged along slowly. A few people here, a few people there, opposition here, a little opposition there. But the amount of people that started to come in did not increase. It was a very trickle. A few people here would accept Islam, a few people there would accept Islam, a slave over here, a slave over there. Till for so long as this mission was in its nascent stage, in its infancy, the Mushrikeen of Quraysh, the likes of Abu Jahl and the likes of Abu Lahab, had no problem with Islam. Okay, this person has come, a Sadiq al-Amin, we used to call him. 40 years he lived with us. Suddenly he's come up and said, okay, these gods of yours are of no use. Is this one God that needs to be done? Let him start. This will fizzle out. And that was the intention, that was the hope, that this new movement was going to fizzle out, because we are the powerful people. We've got the money, we've got the strength, we've got the numbers. Alhaakumut takathur, Quran says. In those days, everything was in numbers. And the Surah Takathur itself says the same thing. It says, Alhaakumut takathur. Numbers have taken you away on the wrong path. Numbers have deceived you. Numbers in terms of money, numbers in terms of cattle, numbers in terms of children, numbers in terms of the numbers in your qabila. The more the number, the superiority was what was considered to be at those times. It says, Alhaakumut takathur. You've got caught up in this number business. I've got 150 in my qabila, you've got 120, you are inferior to me. I've got 5,000 sheep, you've got 4,500, I'm superior to. Alhaakumut takathur. Now all this instance, they were powerful. They were powerful in terms of politics, powerful in terms of influence, powerful in terms of money. And then in the very beginning, they were not very upset. Upset, yes, but they were not concerned. They were not threatened. And so they let the mission go. As time began to go, the hope of theirs that this institution, this movement will fizzle out was not fizzling out. And they would find more and more people would keep coming in. And initially it was all those lower class people, which is in economic terms, yeah, that the ghulam and the kanis and the abd and the slaves and those people economically low, those people would be attracted to the talk of the Prophet, because people in this category do not have arrogance, do not have that power of wealth backing them. So they're more susceptible to hidayat, as opposed to Abu Lahab and Abu Jahl. Because of the position they would hold in their society, they would not be willing to bow down to the Holy Prophet and accept his truth. And there was an incident. This is at times how society prevents us from looking at the truth and accepting the truth. The tradition says one night, the Holy Prophet had a very powerful recitation of the Quran, which was very enamorous, which was very captivating. People would listen, people get captivated. Beautiful voice, beautiful la'an. He would recite the Quran in an amazingly melodious manner. Very attractive. One day, this is narrated by one of the Quraysh, yeah, the Mushrikeen. He says, late at night, 11:30, 12:30. The 11:30, 12 over here is ordinary, is normal. We're talking about the time when after Maghrib, half an hour, 1 hour after Maghrib, the streets are deserted. We're talking about Medina. We didn't have all these glitter and dazzle and the nightlife what we have in the West. There, 8 and Maghrib finishes, half an hour before after Maghrib, khalas. The city is deserted, it's gone to sleep. Here, midnight, he's saying, this person is saying, person of the Quraysh, saying, I was had some work going through the streets. I was just happening to pass by the streets where the house of the Prophet was. All of a sudden, I see somebody leaning forward, putting his ear to the door of the Prophet. And I could hear the Prophet's recitation of the Quran coming. It appeared as if this person was intentionally going there to listen to the recitation of the Quran by the Holy Prophet. So I'm looking 11:30 at 12, Nisf Shab, half midnight. Who's this guy? So I go closer. As I go closer, what do I find? Ajab, Abu Jahl. Abu Jahl is listening to the tilawat of the Quran by the Holy Prophet. I go to him and pat him on his back. Hello, my friend. Abu Jahl turns around, takes a jolt. Oh, what is it? He says, what are you doing? Now, having been caught listening to the recitation, he says, look, I've been listening to the Holy Prophet. He says, you are listening to the tilawat of the Quran of the Holy Prophet? He says, yes, it is so captivating. I feel it has got a reality. This person from Quraysh now is stunned, because one of the most foremost opponents of the Holy Prophet, one of the most vociferous opponents of the Holy Prophet, Abu Jahl. He says, Abu Jahl, are you saying this? That you find the recitation enamoring, enchanting, touching the heart, there could be some reality. Is this really you? He says, yes, it's really me. So this person comes and tells Abu Jahl, but then if this is the case, why didn't you come out in the open and say, Muhammad, I want to follow you. Muhammad, I want to accept what you're saying. Tell me what is your religion. Explain to me what you're saying. Explain to me what your God says. He says, you've uttered this, never utter this again. So this man says, but you've accepted there is some sort of truth, so why not go to him? He says, I cannot do it because I'm bound. This person tells Abu Jahl, what is it that is binding you? He says, I do not want to bow down and accept the religion of Muhammad, because if I were to do that, what would be the ladies of Makkah tell me and turn to me saying, Abu Jahl, the head of the Quraysh over here in Makkah, is now following the religion of Muhammad, leaving the religion of his elders. Worried about what the ladies of Makkah would tell him, he refuses to accept the truth. Hum fiha khalidun. Society holds a very important position. Sometimes we get caught up because of this issue. Here, in the initial stages, Islam is coming, trickling, people coming into Islam, not much of a concern. They thought it would fizzle out. But when it did not fizzle out, they started to worry. And then the persecution started. 10 years down the line, 7 years down the line, after Islam came, and there was no sign of waning of Islam, more and more people started coming in, more and more people started saying, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, more and more people started getting themselves attached to the Holy Prophet. Now alarm bells started to ring. Now they would have the conferences, they would have the meetings. How do we stop this movement? How do we stop this movement? Give him money, tell him to go away. It's all about money. When that did not work, show him the sword. It's probably fear that we'll get him out. It did not work. They tried everything. They said, this man is not going to move out. Let's now leave him and go to his supporters. Let's persecute them. Let's oppress them. Let's torture them so that they turn away from Muhammad. And so you heard, how many times have you heard? Bilal is taken, Bilal was a slave. Bilal is taken out into the deserts. This is Medina. This is the Arabian Peninsula. It's a desert in the mid-afternoon. 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, sun at its peak, the heat at its peak. For 5 to 6 hours, it's been burning the sand. The sand is heated. Bilal is made to remove his clothes, sleep onto the sand, boulders of rock placed on his body so that he cannot move. After 2 hours, when the boulders are removed, his entire back scarred. His entire back charred, chafed because of the heat, because of the punishment, because of the persecution. Says, turn away from Muhammad. But then Bilal would always say, Ahad, Ahad, one God, one God. I'm not coming back to your 365 gods. As time began to go, the oppression began to increase. The oppression began to increase. Till the time you heard about it, when they were banished, when they were exiled into the Shaykh of Abi Talib, the valley of Abi Talib. Over there, more problems come. Because now Khadija dies. Because now Abu Talib alayhi salam dies. Both these individuals die. Moment Khadija alayhi salam dies, Hazrat Abu Talib alayhi salam dies. There's a major problem to the Holy Prophet. Not just to the Holy Prophet, even to the supporters and the followers and these little coterie, this little group of mu'mineen and Muslimin. Because now they find themselves confined with respect to money. Khadija, Malikatul Arab, money finished, she's gone. With Hazrat Abu Talib gone, here with Hazrat Khadija, money restricted. With Abu Talib gone, support restricted. So what was now supposed to be a major backing in the form of Abu Talib, when he goes, now there's nobody to support the Holy Prophet. Now more persecution, more problems. And this was the time that Allah had to put forward, Allah had to present, Allah had to show, Inna ma'al usra yusra. Inna ma'al usra yusra. You've been subjugated, you've been persecuted, you have been submersed by the punishment that these people are torturing you because of the fact that you have accepted my Prophet of Islam. I have said this to you. If you do something, if you are subjugated to persecution and problems and adversities and calamities because of my imtihan, fa inna ma'al usra yusra. This inna ma'al usra yusra needed to be exposed, needed to be manifested. And when did it get manifest? When did it get manifested? It got manifested in Miraj. How? Now listen. At the time when Miraj took place, what does the verse of the Miraj says? Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi layla min al-masjid al-haram ila al-masjid al-aqsa. He started off the journey from Makkah. It will come tomorrow. The details are coming tomorrow. Starts the journey from Makkah, goes to Masjid al-Aqsa, Baytul Maqaddas, Jerusalem. And then whatever happens, happens. We'll discuss it. Between the time from Makkah to Jerusalem, something takes place that was shown to the Holy Prophet, which will then be executed 3 years down the line. God says, I have told you, I have subjected you to imtihan, and you bear the imtihan. Bilal, you've been bearing the imtihan. You've been getting your back and your stomach scarred repeatedly by these individuals in forcing you to leave the Holy Prophet. You still do not leave the Holy Prophet. This فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْأُسْرَ يُسْرًا needs to come. At that point of time, the people in Medina, the people in Makkah were absolutely downcast because they were inferior in numbers, they were inferior in wealth, they were inferior in every sort of thing, and there appeared to be no way out. The persecution was at its peak. Every individual whom they could subjugate, they subjugated. Every individual whom they could persecute, they persecuted. Every individual they could torture, they tortured. They even killed the father and mother of Ammar Yasir. The first Shahida, the mother of Ammar Yasir. All these things are going on. And God now has to say, you have done enough. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Now the help is coming. Now the succor is coming. Now the comfort phase is coming. Now the ease is coming. When does it take place? It takes place in Miraj. It takes place in Miraj because now God is going to tell the Holy Prophet at the time of Miraj, this place now is no longer suitable for you, because this is a place of persecution. This is a place of torture. This is a place of trouble. I'm going to transfer you to another place where all these persecutions are going to come to an end. I'm going to transfer you to a place where all these tortures are going to come to an end. Here you are under subjugation. There you will establish your own hukumat. Here you are forced to listen to these individuals. There you will set up your own constitution. Whereabouts? In Medina. But Medina is going to take place still a long time back, a long time forward. Medina is right now amongst the people following the Holy Prophet. There was no thought, no movements, no discussion for him to move. But what happened? When the Holy Prophet goes on Mi'raj, one of the things that God does is that he does not go straight to the skies as we think. He did not go straight to the first sky as we are made out to be, as we are under the misconception. Before he goes to the skies, God takes him in that journey, shows him Medina. Medina was not called Medina at that time. Medina was called Yathrib at that time. He shows him Yathrib and says, Ya Muhammad, this is the place that I'm going to transfer you into, where you will come out of the subjugation of the Quraysh. You will set up your own hukumat. There you are subjugated by the Quraysh. Here you will set up your own religion. There you are subjugated by the Quraysh. Here you will set up your own empire. There you are subjugated by Quraysh. Here you'll be able to set up your religion. And this took place. He goes forward. And ajab this is, even at the time when the Prophet was going on Mi'raj, yes, Ilmul Ghaib the Holy Prophet knew. Ilmul Ghaib the Holy Prophet knew. But on ground zero, there were no movements for the transfer, for the migration of the Holy Prophet, for the hijrat of the Holy Prophet to Medina at that point of time. And hence what happens in Mi'raj is a prophecy that is fulfilled 3 years later. Because you know why? Miraj took place in the year 10th Hijri. Not Hijri, in the year 10th of Mab'ath. That means the Holy Prophet is announced as Nubuwwat. In the 10th year, the Miraj takes place. 10th year. Remember, in Medina, the Holy Prophet lived for 13 years. 3 more years still remaining before the Prophet moves out from Medina from Mecca into Medina. This is the 10th year. 3 more years remaining. In the 10th year Miraj takes place, the Prophet goes. When he goes, he's shown Medina. But the important thing is that what was going to take place after 3 years, at the time when the Prophet goes on Miraj, other than the Prophet in the form of Ilmul Ghaib, there were no movements on ground for anybody to even imagine there would be an opportunity for them to go from Mecca to Medina, looking into consideration the situation and circumstances that were prevailing. Holy Prophet goes. Allah says, see this country, see this city, this is where I'm going to set you up. And I'm going to set you up in such a way that these very individuals who are trying to kill you and persecute you, they're going to fall at your feet. Prophet went on Miraj on the 27th of Rajab. Pay attention. On the 27th of Rajab, in the year 10th of Nubuwwat. Still 3 more years remaining in Mecca before he would then migrate. This is 3 years still migration remaining. On the 27th of Rajab, he goes for Miraj, where he's told, Medina, Yathrib is going to be your home. This is going to be your place. This is going to be your city. You know, when the actual talks of Medina being the place start, Rajab is the time when the Holy Prophet goes on Miraj. Rajab to Sha'ban, Sha'ban to Ramadan, Ramadan to Shawwal, Shawwal to Dhul Qa'dah, from Dhul Qa'dah to Dhul Hijjah. The first delegation that came from Medina, bringing an invitation, a proposal of invitation to present to the Holy Prophet to come to Medina as their guest and live over there, took place in Zilhijjah of the year the Miraj took place. That means 5 months before even the first proposal came to the Holy Prophet from the inhabitants, the Aus and the Khazraj of Medina, that Ya Rasulullah, we want you to come. 5 months, 4.5 months before the first proposal even came, the Holy Prophet goes on Miraj. God says, this is what I'm going to give you. This prophecy of God then materializes when? The Holy Prophet goes 27th of Rajab. In Dhul Hijjah, the first proposal comes. Ya Rasulullah, you're being persecuted. We want you to come. We've got people over there. We've got individuals over there. We've got money over there. We are Aus and Khazraj. We can take care of you. Leave the city. In the 10th year of Nubuwwat, the discussion start. 3 years the discussion took place. 11th, 12th and 13th. 3 years the discussion on the formalities, on the logistics. How are we going to do it? When are we going to do it? If we do it, what will be the backlash of the Quraysh? If they have a backlash, what are we going to do? 3 years it took them to strategize their policy of what to do once the Holy Prophet migrated. But then eventually the migration took place and the Prophet goes from Mecca to Medina 3 years and 3.5 years approximately after being given the basharat by God that this is going to be a place of stay. This was primarily to tell the mu'mineen and tell the Holy Prophet, once you come back from Miraj, tell them, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا is going to take place. You've been persecuted for such a long time, but not anymore. I've got my plans for you because I have told you, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. This إِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ Yusra, the prophecy of it was given to the Holy Prophet about moving to Medina to tell the people, relax. Just bear a little more. A time will come when you will be free of all these clutches of these individuals. You'll have your own city. You'll have your own hukumat. You'll have your own constitution. You'll be able to offer your prayers freely without anybody persecuting you. You'll be able to follow your religion freely without anybody persecuting you. A little more time, 3 more years, and I'll give you a place that you will be happy with what you are. Miraj. Starts from Miraj. That was point number 1. The second message that was given, that was supposed to be given to Miraj, it was an answer to something that even the people who were migrating never knew that it would come, or this problem would come. See, this is the dab, this is the norm, this is the etiquette of Allah. Many times He addresses things once they happen. At times He addresses things before they happen. Before even certain things happen, He passes information that when that happens, this is how you need to behave. This is how you need to act. One of these actions is exactly this. What is this? In Makkah, persecution at its peak. In Makkah, troubles at their peak. No proper way of adhering to the religion. Always under pressure. Always looking over the shoulder. Is somebody going to beat me up? Is somebody going to kill me for following this religion? Are individuals going to boycott me? My family? Right now, one of the things that we have a problem is a social issue. Hua karis tumhara bachcha nu soot hase. Hua karis tumhara jaise family relation ma soot hase. The same problems they had. They were worried. But the moment they would move to Medina, Medina is a different ball game altogether. It is my own city now. The Holy Prophet is at its head. Islam, the religion. Constitution by the Holy Prophet. Any problem, there is no issue because the Prophet is free. No compulsion. Aus and Khazraj, 2 major military might of Medina now become Muslims. That is a different ball game. But when you move from trouble into ease, there's a problem. When you move from hardships into ease, there's a problem. When you move from calamities and adversities into ease and comfort, there's a problem. You know what? જ્યારે પૈસા હોય ને બેંકમાં, જ્યારે આવક હોય બરાબર, જ્યારે ઘરમાં કંઈ ઝઘડો નહીં થતું હોય, બચ્ચાઓ સાથે કંઈ પ્રોબ્લેમ ના થતું હોય, ત્યારે માણસોને હરી હરી સૂજે. Then you want to think of good, of all nonsense things. Till for so long you are in trouble, then it's Allah, Allah, du'a kumail. When you have money in your pocket, then you want to do all different sorts of things. ત્યારે મુજરામાં જાય આપણે ક્યારે જોઈ શું થાય છે. I'm telling you because Dar Islamમાં થાય છે. જ્યાં સુધી પૈસા ના હોય, you don't want to think about these things. Yeah? Once you have money, then you want to listen to all sorts of things. Then you want to do all sorts of things. Well, contract, if you want to give a contract without taking them to a restaurant and making them drink certain things, I won't get this contract. હું તો નથી પીતો, એ પીએ છે. You get money, you are in ease, you are in comfort, then you start thinking. That's when you fall into sins. That's when you start violating the rulings of God. Till the person is in trouble, he is not worried. Because he has to turn to God. He has to go to God. Dua kumal mani aayo, the problem gave it this all this. He has to come. Ziyarat Ashura, if he doesn't recite, how is it going to solve his problem? So he has to come. All those thoughts of evil tendencies, here we're going outside, zigzag, doesn't come because he's in trouble. The trouble starts when a person is having an ease and comfort. This is one of the reasons we're given adversities and calamities. It's a logic. It's a fundamental inherent disposition of man. God says, if I were to leave you independent, you will never come to me. It's true. It's true. How many times out of our own free will, when we don't have problems, we come to the mosque for Dua Kumal? Dua Nutba, how many people come? How many people do come? How many people recite Namaz Shab? But takleef hase to? Nah. Koi bimar hase to? 11 rakat padsu apne. Ne to koi utse nahi. Namaz subh kaza thai jai. This is what God said. Quran ma chhe. If I were to leave the people in a state that they become independent of me, they will never come to me. I have to hold them back. I have to give them. I've got the pulse of everybody. I'll keep pressing them. Paisa, health, wife, children, something, so that you have to keep coming. I know I've created you. I know your fitrat. If I leave you, become independent, you will never come to me. I have to make you come to me. Otherwise, this world will become a bad place to stay. So this is what happened. This is what would happen. Now they are going to Medina. Medina is going to be a place of ease and comfort. فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ يُسْرًا. Usr means trouble. Yusr means ease. God says, فَإِنَّ مَعَ الْعُسْرِ. After usr, after problems, now you'll have ease and comfort. You'll have ease and comfort. Look what happened with the Qawm of Musa. Till the time they were with Fir'aun, till the time they were under Fir'aun, till the time Quran says, يُذَبِّحُونَ أَبْنَاءَهُمْ وَيَسْتَحْيُونَ نِسَاءَهُمْ. He would kill all the males, keep the ladies for himself. Till this was there, they were all with Musa. Musa, we are with you. Musa, we are with you. We have to go into the water. Into the water. You're telling us, we'll go into the water. No problem. You're not worried about drowning? No, we have to escape from Fir'aun. Fir'aun, wherever you take us, anything better than Fir'aun. Moment they cross, Fir'aun goes, dies. Now when they are supposed to go into another city, and Musa says, God has said, if you want to enter into the city, this is where your future lies. This is where your ease is. This is where your comfort is. Go over there. But understand, this place is occupied by certain Qawmun Jabbarin, Quran says. It's a Qawm, Jabbar Qawm, a voracious Qawm, a barbaric Qawm. Go and kill them, take them out. This is your place. God has ordained. He says, no, we are not fighting with these people. Fir'aun is finished now. So now Hyderi Islamic, we are not going to fight. Baba, this is a place for you which is Babarkat, Mubarak. Go, this is for you. No, we will not fight. But till you don't take these people out, this land will not be yours. You know what they turn to Musa and say? Fadhab anta wa rabbuka wa qatila. You and your Lord go kill them. Once you kill them, then we will enter. God says, 40 years I will make this place haram upon you. They were made to get lost in the desert for 40 years. Now, now Hyderi Islamic. Fill up in the water. We will go, no problem. Now he's telling, fight the city. Fight these people, this is the land that God has ordained. So you go, call your Lord, both of you fight them, kill them. Once you kill them, we will enter. This is the fitrat of man. Now this is what has happened. They're going from Mecca to Medina. A place of persecution to ease. Troubles, ease. All nonsense issues over here, now at ease. Now God, the Holy Prophet has to remind them. Look, you don't understand, but we know your fitrat. God knows your fitrat. When you start going over there, then you will go into major problems. Because then alcohol will come in, and music will come in, and mixed gathering, I'm talking about today's terms, yeah. Mixed gathering will come in. All sorts of things will come in. Then to show off, you want to shave a beard, and then to show off, you want to take off your hijab. All these things will come, all under the guise of ease and comfort. What happens in Miraj? The second hit to the mu'minin. One was, understand, you are in trouble, don't worry, I have gone to Miraj, I have been told, wait for 3 more years, you will get a place which will be yours. All this persecution will end, but the persecution, when it ends, will bring about a lot of evils. Now you need to be careful about this. So what happens in Miraj? When he goes to Miraj, you know what happens? We will talk, one whole lecture. People might not like it, it's very scary, but we will tell you. Holy Prophet, when he goes, all the other things that he sees that we will talk about. But he also sees Jahannam. And he sees individuals inside. And he sees the punishment. Ajab punishment. Ajab punishment you're talking about. He sees all this punishment. You know what punishment? One example. I'm not talking what, because then that's supposed to come another 2 lectures down the line. Let me give you one example. Last night we spoke about what, the takabbur, the kibriya of God. God says this takabbur, kibriya, arrogance is my rida. Man naza'ani fi rida'i, whoever wants to contest me by taking my rida. Means what? If any individual other than me is exhibiting arrogance towards another individual, pride towards another individual, haughtiness towards another individual, takabbur towards another individual, that means he's not contesting me in takabbur. I will ground him to dust. I will ground him to dust. How? Listen. Now where I'm quoting this from, the book, the 40 hadith, Jail hadith, Arba'in hadithan of Imam Khomeini. Numerous traditions. I'm picking this up because everybody would know this book, and you can also get it online, internet, fulan. There's one tradition over there about what happens to an individual who's mutakabbir. This is not about Miraj. Miraj something else, but I want to tell you the kind of punishments that the Holy Prophet saw, so that he comes back over here to communicate to the people. You're going to go there now, But understand, you go there, there will be evils, and this is what is the outcome. On the day of judgment, it is said, an individual who's mutakabbir, an individual who's arrogant, an individual who's proud, an individual who's haughty. Money, he doesn't want to do salams to anybody. He's going into the latest E-class, somebody passes by, doesn't want to give a lift. He's got influence, he doesn't want to use the influence. Takabbur. You've seen people, have you not seen? You've seen, everybody's seen it. It says an individual who's mutakabbir on the day of judgment, which is Yawmul Haq. Yawmul Haq means every secret will be manifested. This man is exhibiting takabbur. Internally he is small. To cover that small interior, he wants to manifest the exterior as something big. On the day of judgment, Riwayat say, a person who's mutakabbir, a person who's arrogant, a person who's haughty, will be converted in the form of ants and strewn onto the plains of Qiyamah. At the door of the plains of Qiyamah, the place where all the individuals are made to come. Remember I mentioned the time when وَإِذَا نُفَخَ فِي الصُّورِ, when the trumpet will be blown. At that time everybody in the grave will be say, Haya, qum, stand up. You need to go now. This is the thing that we had promised, yeah? This is what you had been rejecting. Now come on, let's go. We got a meeting to go to. It says when they go, all of them will be taken into mahshar. But there will be a place where all of them will be made to enter. Right at the doorstep, all these individuals who are exhibiting takabbur because of money, because of power, because of wealth, because of influence, because of good build, because of good face, because of good beauty. All those individuals who have been exhibiting takabbur and arrogance, they will be converted into the form of small ants. They will be humans, but small little humans, in the form of ants, strewn at the entrance to the mahshar. This is Rawat, you can't pick up, I'm giving you the references. Imam Khomeini says every individual who enters this mahshar, every step they take, this individual who is an arrogant person steps on this small little ant-like structure, hands broken, legs broken, necks broken, stamped. As he moves, everything joins again and this becomes an ant. The second person comes, as he steps on it, hands broken, ouch, legs broken, ouch, head squashed, ouch. The pain continues. The moment he goes, everything becomes again. You know why it becomes again? Quran says, when on the day of judgment, your skin is burnt. The epidermis when it burns. When after a certain period of time when the skin is burned, the epidermis, the upper layer, the lower layer, the nerve endings that take the sensation of pain to the brain, once those get disturbed, then there is no more pain. Because there is no pain sensation going to the brain for the brain to determine and interpret it to be a sensation of pain. Says when that happens, then excessive punishment is meaningless because now he's not feeling the pain. Says there I will not leave you. In this world you've troubled people, yeah? You've killed people, yeah? You've taken somebody's rights, yeah? You've violated somebody's rights. One punishment is not enough. Every time your skin is burnt, every time you feel the pain, once the moment your nerve endings are annihilated, now you don't feel the pain. We will not let that happen. كُلَّمَا نَضَجَتْ جُلُودُهُمْ بَدَّلْنَاهُمْ جُلُودًا غَيْرَهَا. Every time we burn you on the, this is Quran, every time we burn you on the day of judgment, every skin that gets burnt, don't think that will be the end. We will replace it with a new skin so that every time you're punished, you feel the pain as if it is for the first time. This individual is now strewn onto the plains of Qiyamah, every person stepping on his hand, stepping on his leg, ouch, ouch, ouch. This person goes away, immediately is restored back. Every person steps on him is ouch, a new time with the same punishment, with the same pain, with the same sensation, with the same ouch. Every time it will go. For how long? فِي يَوْمٍ كَانَ مِقْدَارُهُ خَمْسِينَ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ 50,000 years. 50,000 earth years. One day, Quran, you can't contest the Quran, yeah. فِي يَوْمٍ كَانَ مِقْدَارُهُ خَمْسِينَ أَلْفَ سَنَةٍ 50,000 years of punishment. Why? Because you in your 60 years of life, because of little money that you had in the bank, you were so arrogant, yeah? You couldn't say salam, jawab of salam to somebody who's passing by. Why? Because God is testing him with poverty and God has tested you with money, yeah? So now we will test you. Over there you wanted to show yourself too big, but you were not big, you were small. On the day of haqq, you will be converted into small things. Now face the punishment. Yawmin kana miqdaruhu 50,000 years. Now this is not what I'm telling you about what the Holy Prophet saw. This is what the riwayat say will take place on the day of judgment. Jahannam is even further than the day of judgment. Every step you move forward, the punishment increases. Malakul Maut, when he seizes the soul, punishment is there, pain is there. But in the qabr, the pain is, the punishment is even more. Barzakh, the pain is even more. Day of Judgment, the pain is even more. Jahannam, the pain is la yamutu fiha wa la yahya. You cannot live, you cannot die. We just spoke last night when we were discussing. The Holy Prophet watches all of these things, then he comes back and he tells, listen, inna ma'al usra yusra is going to take place. Very shortly you're going to be transferred to a place that is going to be of ease and comfort, but caution. The caution is that once you're transferred into that place, then hari hari nahi soch bhi joye. Because if you do that, then there's a problem. What is the problem? All these punishments, he comes and tells them, I saw this happening, I saw this happening, I saw this happening. One major portion of what the Holy Prophet witnessed was the punishment that several ladies were subjected to. Different punishment. We will talk about it. We will not let go like this. You can't talk about Miraj without talking about this. It's like talking about Qiyamah and not talking about Hisab and Kitab. There's no need talking then. I might as well go back to Peterborough. You have to talk. And he would come back and tell them, look, if you do this, this is the punishment. I saw this happening. I saw this happening. This punishment was for this reason. This punishment was for this sin. This punishment is for this sin. You go there, you will be in ease, you will be in comfort. Remember, don't go into these things. Because while it is good to go to a place of ease and comfort, while it is good to go to a place where you are in comfort, where you're having a good life, where there's nobody to persecute you, but don't fall into this mess, because I have seen individuals being subjected to these punishments. This Miraj for the Mu'mineen was exactly this. This Miraj for the Mu'mineen, the fourth category that we were talking about. Two messages. While he will give you the freedom from these people, but there will be a test. There will be more problems. Make sure don't fall into the trap that Bani Israel fell into. Don't fall into the trap that Bani Israel got themselves into. 40 years they were into wilderness. God says, you don't want to listen to, I have to fight for you. I'm giving you a place. You want me to fight? I was khalas. 40 years. That whole generation had to pass away. Before then they were given a place. Anyway, that's a different issue. So this is what happens. And this is what, the Holy Prophet was emphasizing. Forcing the people to understand. Become an abd of God. Become a servant of God. Somebody comes to the Holy Prophet. Let me tell you an incident. This before what happens Miraj. Now we're getting very close to Miraj now. All along, this is up to 4.5. Majlis, it's introduction to form a basis. Just prior to the incident when the Holy Prophet goes on Miraj, Jibreel comes to him with a huge bunch of keys, symbolic, metaphorical. He says, Ya Rasulullah, God has put before you two options. He says, two options. Suddenly he comes. Ya Rasulullah, salam alaikum, God sends salam. Achanak, what? Why? Revelation, Quran? He says, no. He's put forward before you two options. He says, what two options? Just look at these keys. These keys are the keys to the treasures of the heavens and the earth. God has placed before you two options. He says, if you want, you can become the Badshah, the king, the emperor of the entire universe. Physically, glitter, dazzle, fun, floric, absolute tajammulat, like you find the others, the rulers in certain Middle East countries, the monarchs. Living in life of absolute luxury. God says He likes you, He will give it to you. So what's the second option? God says you live in abject poverty, but you remain the servant of God. The abd of God. He says the choice is yours. Either way, it is not going to make any difference. He has out of His own free will given you the Badshahat, the kingship of the entire universe in all its tajammulat, in all its glitter and dazzle. Or He says you have an option to become a servant and live in an abject life. The Prophet says, I would prefer to live as an abd of God. I would like to prefer to be a servant of God. He said this, and Jibreel says, God sends His salams upon you again and tells you, now that you have selected to become an abd, I am going to invite you to my special dominion in the spiritual world. Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi. Hallowed be thy Lord, who has taken His servant into a journey where no man has ever gone before. Because you have chosen to remain as my abd and my slave, I will tell you what I do to my abd and my slave. I give them a rank, لَرَفَعْنَا لَكَ ذِكْرَكَ. We will elevate your rank to such an extent that nobody will be able to even touch those places. We will take you in a certain way. Quran refers to the Holy Prophet in several ways. At times he calls him Ya Ayyuhan Nabi. At times he calls him Ya Ayyuhar Rasul. At times he calls him Muhammad. Ma kana Muhammadun aba ahadim min rijalikum. Muhammad is not just an ordinary father, walakin Rasulullah. When God is referring to the Holy Prophet, He refers him Ya Ayyuhar Rasul, Ya Ayyuhan Nabi, Muhammad. This is one time when he says, Asra bi'abdihi. He took his servant on a journey that the likes of which no man has ever seen. Because he accepted to become the slave of God. He says, because you've accepted me to become the slave of me, now I will take you to places where man has not seen. And hence this entire event started. He says, because you want to be my slave, now I will show you how I elevate the status of my slave. This is the same thing with Hussein. Hussein, 72 people in the plains of Karbala, nobody knows, nobody sees, completely besieged, no place, no work, no media, no nothing. He says, I'm doing it for you. He says, you do it for me, alas. Now I will show you. They are nobody, yeah? 30,000 forces were all against you. Your 72 people killed. All that remained were children and old people and ladies, yeah? You thought this would be buried in the sands of Karbala. You thought this would be finished in the sands of Karbala. I will make it upon you are my abd. I will raise the level of abd that in today's time, 5 million people go to your ziyarat on Ashura. Abd is an important thing. And this is what the Prophet was saying. Look, when you're going to Medina, you'll have ease, you'll have comfort, you'll have rahat, you'll have comfort, you'll have all sorts of facilities, no persecution, but make sure you remain an abd. Make sure you remain an abd. And from here starts off that incident that we started off with. Subhanalladhi asra bi'abdihi laylam min al-masjid al-haram. The night journey. The translation, then we pick up a few aspects about this and the details in tomorrow. So Subhanalladhi, hallowed be the Lord, glorified be the Lord. Subhanalladhi asra, who took his servant. This is good discussion. Asra bi'abdihi, who took his servant on a nightly journey. Min al-Masjid al-Haram, from Mecca, ila al-Masjid al-Aqsa, Palestine, Jerusalem. Alladhi barakna hawlahu. That place, Masjid al-Aqsa, that we have the surroundings, the vicinity of which we have made Mubarak. Alladhi barakna hawlahu. Why are we taking you over there? What is the need for us to take you over there? Why should we take you over there? لِنُرِيَّهُ مِنْ آيَاتِنَا. We want to, you become my abd, yeah? You become my slave, yeah? I'm going to show you the secrets of my qudrat. We keep saying, Inna Allah ala kulli shayin qadir. What is that qudrat of God? He says, لِنُرِيَّهُ مِنْ آيَاتِنَا. I will show you my signs. The biggest sign you heard, أَنَا مِنْ آيَاتِكَ الْكُبْرَى. آيَاتِهِ الْكُبْرَى, Imam Ali. He says, there are certain things, the mysteries I want to show you. No man has seen it. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show it to you. لِنُرِيَّهُ مِنْ آيَاتِنَا. So that we show you our signs, the supreme signs that we've got. You won't see this on this earth. You want to see my signs. You want to see the realm of my influence. You want to see the realms of the dominion of my power. Come over there, I will show you. Now we need to appreciate when Ali says, I know the ways of heavens more than I know the ways of the earth. It makes very simple, oh, ways of the earth, ways of the heavens. God says, you want to see my dominion, my real power, my real qudrat, you won't see on the earth, in the skies. Now when Ali says, I know skies more than the earth, now you know what he's talking about. Sometimes you need to analyze the words of the Masoom. We can't take them at just face value. Oh, he knows the skies, he knows the earth. By khalas, earth, you got this street, you got that street, you got stratum, you got fulan, you got fulan. So same thing over there. God says, I'm taking you to show you our major signs, those things that you will not see while on earth. فَإِنَّهُ هُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. Now, one thing I want to tell you, before we go into the actual discussion of the actual event that took place. It's a beautiful discussion, you will see. Only thing you need to pay attention, because now we will be moving again. Now it's into the 5th lecture, yeah? And you still need to move back and forth. So all those things that we've discussed need to be there. I cannot keep repeating. So those who've come today, probably they've missed out on a few things that we've discussed earlier. We cannot repeat, otherwise we don't finish. As it is, as I speak now, I'm well behind what I'm supposed to be delivering. So we might have to cut short a few things. But anyway, let's see where it goes. It says, Subhanalladhi. Starts off with Subhanalladhi. Now this is something that we need to understand. He starts up with Subhanalladhi. Glorified be to the Lord. Glory be to Lord. Hallowed be the Lord. This Subhan comes from the word Tasbih. It's a derivative of the word Tasbih. And in the Quran, there are 7 chapters that start off with one or the other of the derivative of the word Tasbih. So at times it is Subhan, like in this verse. At times it is Sabbih ismikal ala. Sabbih. At times it is Yusabbihu lillahi ma fis samawati wal ard. Surah Jumu'ah. At times it is Sabbaha lillah. At times it is Yusabbihu. All of these are derivatives of the word Tasbih. Subhan, Sabbih, Yusabbih, Sabbaha. These are all derivatives of Tasbih. 7 chapters in the Quran which start off with these. The first word is this. This surah, Subhanalladhi. Surah Jumu'ah, Yusabbihu lillah. Surah Ala, Sabbih ismi rabbikal ala. Starts with Sab. tasbih. These are seven words, 7 surahs that start off with the word or a derivative of the word tasbih. These are referred to as the Musaabbihat. Referred to as the Musaabbihat. These 7 groups are referred to as Musaabbihat. So you have Surah Isra, which is Surah number 17. You have Surah Hadid, which is Surah number 57. Then you got Surah Al-Hashr, which is Surah number 59. Then you got Surah Al-Saf, which is Surah number 61. Then you got Surah Jum'ah, which is Surah number 62. Then you got Surah Taghabun, which is Surah number 64. And then you got Surah Al-Ala, which is Surah number 87. I'm not repeating again. Yeah, you YouTube ma join it. Recording thai the? Bas join it. 7 surahs referred to as the Musaabbihat. The Holy Prophet, Riwayat tell us, the Holy Prophet would never go to sleep without reciting the 7 chapters referred to as the Musaabbihat. The 7 chapters. Ajab, Fadilat. See, sometimes we don't know. Ignorance is a major problem with us. We say, we've got this problem, we got this problem. Apne aakha pe the, nati martu. Allah, Islam has given us keys. There are locks. Keys to open the locks. If you don't use those keys, those locks will not open. And then if I keep crying, those locks are not opening, those knots are not opening, those problems are not going. It's not Islam's problem, it's my problem. Either I don't know the keys, or I have the keys, but I don't use them. Ajaba. I don't know the keys, one of them I will tell you. Or I know the keys which I don't use them. Shabi Juma Madlas, remind me. What are the keys I don't know? Listen to this. What are the keys that I don't know? This surah, 7 surahs is called Suratul Musaabbihat, starting with the word tasbih, a derivative of the word tasbih. The Holy Prophet would never go to sleep without reciting the 7. Why? Because the 5th Imam is narrating from the Holy Prophet the benefits of reciting these 7 surahs sleeping at night. What are the benefits? 2 nights before, when we were finishing the majlis, a brother came to recite the Ziyarat. After the Ziyarat, he recited one dua, which all of us recite, but it was recited loudly. So I want to refer to that. What does he say? Or what did he say? After finishing the Ziyarat, he says, Allahumma rzuqna, O Allah, grace us, fi dunya, Ziyarat al-Husayn, wa fil akhirat shafa'at al-Husayn. O Allah, grace us, give us tawfiq, bestow upon us, in this world the Ziyarat of Husayn, in the akhirat, shafa'at al-Husayn. Correct? Yes, this is the dua we recite. There's another tradition from the Holy Prophet, which says, when he's talking about his Ahlul Bayt, he says, look, between me and between Al-Qaim, there is no difference. Awwaluna Muhammad, wa awsaduna Muhammad, wa akhiruna Muhammad, kulluna Muhammad. If I am Muhammad, Ali is also Muhammad, Hassan is also Muhammad, Raza is also Muhammad, Imam Qaim is also Muhammad. All of us are the same. All of us have the same rank. All of us are made of nur. All of us are masoom. Between us there is no difference. You cannot differentiate between us. Having said that and understood, now listen to this tradition of the 5th Imam regarding this Musaabbihat. You can't just go into Miraj without knowing all of this. Not stories. It's something that we need to implement. We've got problems in our life. Listen, the 5th Imam says, if an individual, Holy Prophet, every night before going to sleep, these 7 surahs he would recite. Riwayat tell us the 5th Imam is saying, every individual who sleeps, who before going to sleep, recites these 7 Musaabbihat surahs, 2 benefits will accrue to him. 1, this is the time of the 5th Imam. This is the time of the 5th Imam, 135 Hijri we are talking about. He says 2 benefits accrue to him. 1, he will perceive the time of Ali Muhammad. He will see the time of Ali Muhammad. If he does not see the time of Ali Muhammad, now he is talking about 2 different eras. He says if somebody is close to the time of Imam, Allah will make sure he joins the army of Imam. But if somebody is there in my time, 132, he cannot be expected to be living to 1439. In that case, God will compensate him by what? By giving him, if he happens to die, before the Qiyam comes, and if he's reciting these 7 surahs every night before going to sleep, then this person, if he dies without seeing the Qiyam, God will compensate him by putting him in a proximity in the Jawar of the Holy Prophet after he's dead. Now, having understood, either he sees Imam Zamana or he meets the Holy Prophet. The Prophet says, Kulluna Muhammad. We keep praying, give us the ziyarat of Hussein. Give us the shafaat of Hussein. If we are there and we keep praying and we see Imam Zamana, we've seen Imam Zamana, we've seen Imam Hussein. Kulluna Muhammad. Shafaat, when a person does not meet the Imam and he dies, he will be sent straight in the jawar, in the proximity of the Holy Prophet. Going in the proximity of the Holy Prophet means what? Means the shafaat of Holy Prophet. Shafaat of Holy Prophet means what? Shafaat of Hussein ibn Ali. Kulluna Muhammad. What we just keep praying, oh Allah, show us Hussein and give us the shafaat Hussein. The Holy Prophet has given us an actual method to achieve this, not just by words, by doing it, which will guarantee a ziyarat of Imam Zamana and the shafaat of the Holy Prophet. You understand how things work? These are the things that we need to understand. These are the things that we need to know. Just by starting Subhanal Rabbiyal, Subhanalladhi Asra bi Abdihi, the numerous things that are associated. But while we are talking about this, the Musaabbihat are there. The traditions, the surahs are there, which is giving to us what we want. And understand this, this hadith has got a very intricate meaning. One sentence, then we go to Masad. Otherwise, mic band thai jaise bana. Do. Nahi thai na. This hadith that says, if a person recites his Musaabbihat, he will either see the Imam Zaman of his time, or if he dies before that, he will be going straight to the Holy Prophet. You know, there's a reason why these two individuals have been taken now. Why one direction, one extreme is the Holy Prophet, the other extreme is Imam Zamana. Between the two of them, there is an intricate relationship. Between whom? Between the Holy Prophet and between Imam Zamana. Ajab, intricate relationship. If you start talking, then this lecture, tomorrow's lecture is gone. But just one issue, and then we go to the Messiah. The name of the Holy Prophet is what? Muhammad. So, Muhammad. His ignomen, his kunyat is what? Abul Qasim. Yeah? This combination, understand this. And this is what I like about these ashra. Yeah? You get time so that you can go to various corners and give it. This life is all about information, it's all about knowledge about deen. Food is for the knowledge, is nutrition of the body. Ilm is nutrition for the soul. The name is Muhammad. The title, the ignomen, the kunyat is Abul Qasim. Do you know, it is not permissible for any individual other than the Holy Prophet to have this combination of name and title attributed to him in this world. No person can be given the name Muhammad and the title Abul Qasim. This is a prerogative only of the Holy Prophet. No child, if I have a child, I name him Muhammad and I say your kunyat is Abul Qasim, it's not permitted. Except one individual. Except one individual who's sharing the Holy Prophet in this name and in this kunyat. One the Holy Prophet, one Imam Zamana. Name of Imam Zamana Muhammad, one of his titles is Abul Qasim. Intricate. This one part, this one instance, just to show you the intricate relation. No individual can have this combination except Imam Zamana and the Holy Prophet. There's one more person. But again, this is not the time. The Holy Prophet has talked about that person even before that person was born. But some other time. The point over here is that when we keep asking the Imams, and this is what is said, when we want to meet the Imam, Allahumma ajil waliyak al-faraj, we want to meet you, we want to see you, we want Allahumma ajil waliyak al-faraj, hasten him so that we can gladden our eyes with our ziyarat. That is one thing. We want to meet the Imam. But it is when the Imam wants to meet us, that's the difference. And this is the difference that we need to understand. We keep claiming, yeah, we were discussing, Kullu Shiatin fil Jannah. All Shia is in Jannah. This Shia, we love Ali, we love Fatima, we love Hassan, we love Hussein. We are the Shiites of Ali. The important thing is not that we say we are the Shiites of Ali. It's when Ali comes to us in our graves and tells Munkar and Nakir, this man is my Shia. That is when the problem gets solved. We may keep clamoring, I'm the Shia of Ali. But if in the qabr, Ali comes and says, Hapana, this is not my Shia, then there's a problem. And all along the time, the Riwayat have always told us, make sure that you become the Shia as they want you to be. Calling us is different. We calling them is different. Zameen Asman ka farq. And this is what we need to understand. And this is what took place in Karbala. The Holy Prophet is going in the streets of Medina. Hussein very small. As Hussein is going, a small little boy is following Hussein, not taking a precedence over him, behind him. The ashab is going with the Holy Prophet is walking, the Sahaba are there. The Holy Prophet moves forward, takes hold of that boy, picks him up, gives him a kiss, puts him down. There's several other people, boys playing. So the ashab are confused. Say, Ya Rasulullah, what is so special about this boy that you singled him out of all the others for kissing and special appreciation? He says, did you not see what he was doing? He says, what was he doing? He says, while the other children were playing with Hussein, this boy was constantly behind Hussein, not taking a precedence over Hussein. You know who this boy is? This boy's name is Habib, and he's going to play a very important role in Karbala. This is the Holy Prophet. And this is what happens. You know, when Hussein goes into Karbala, this is Ajiba, he goes into Karbala. While he was going towards Karbala, a lot of people started joining him on the way. And he would keep telling them, go away, don't be there, go away, don't come to me. They want my blood. You come, you will get killed. You don't need to shed your blood, go away. All along, from Makkah to Kufa, on the way to Kufa and then to Karbala, people would come. There were numerous tribes along the way. It was not that they were just going and they did not meet anybody. They met so many people. Many people wanted to join and he would say, Chale jao, go away, go away. But once he goes to Karbala, he had 12 flags, 12 standards. As he entered Karbala, when he pitched tents, he distributed those standards to everybody. Out of 12, he distributed 11. This is for you, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you. One he held back. One of the Sahaba says, you got one more, can I have it? He says, no, this is not for you. Hussein is saying, this is not for you. So then this is for whom? He says, this is for a guest that I'm waiting who's about to come. Habib ibn Muzahir. From the 2nd of Muharam when they entered into Karbala, one thing was always hurting Zainab. Because every so often, remember we talked about Hur? Every time he would write, Hussein is in my control. I need more people. I need more people. I need more people. Send more. Send more. At times Khuli would come. At times Hurmula would come. At times Umar Asad would come. Every time this battalion of individuals would come under the leadership of these individuals, Shimr and Khuli and Hurmula and Umar Asad. Every time they would come, there would be a loud shout, loud uproar in the enemy camp. And every time Zainab would hear, her heart would miss a beat. Her heart would just go down. Whenever they would hear these sounds, she would send Fizza, Fizza, go and find out who's come. At times Fizza would come back and say, you know what, Khuli is come. At time another sound of happiness in the enemy forces, find out who's come. It's Hurmala who's come. It's Khuli who's come. It's Umar Asad who's come. Last man to come with his battalion, when he came, there was a loud uproar. Hussein's sisters asked Fizza, find out who it is. She says, it's Shimr who's come with his own battalion. When Shimr's name was heard, Zainab tells Fizza, Fizza, go and call my brother Hussein. So she goes and calls Hussein. Hussein comes. He says, yeah, Zainab, did you call me? He says, brother, sit down, I need to talk to you. They sat down, brother, sister, talking. He says, what is it? He says, from the time, the 2nd of Muharram that I have come over here, every time I see people coming, but every time it's the enemy forces coming. Shimr is coming, Khuli is coming, Hurmala is coming. In this entire world, do we not have one supporter who can come to us? Who can come to our help? So he says, there could be some supporter, definitely. At that time, Zainab reminds him, oh bhaiya, don't you remember your brother, your friend, your childhood friend, Habib ibn Muzahir? That is why the riwayat say, that is why the ulama say, before even Hussein remembered Habib, vocally and verbally, it was Zainab who remembered Habib. At that moment of time, Hussein writes a letter. He says, Zainab, I'm inviting him. But Ajib letter he writes. He writes the first sentence, Min al-Husayn ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib ila rajulin faqih Habib ibn Muzahir. This letter is written from Hussein ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib to the rajul faqih, to the man of understanding, Habib ibn Muzahir. Then he writes a long letter in which I'm just trying to encapsulate. He says, Habib, we are in Karbala. You know our rank. وَأَنْتَ تَعْلَمُ قَرَابَتَنَا بِرَسُولِ اللَّهِ. You know how close we have been to the Holy Prophet. He is our grandfather. We are his grandsons.
At this time of our need, do not be stingy with your life. Send your life to us for our help. Meaning what? Meaning, Habib, we need you. Come to Kufa. Come to Karbala. This was sent by means of a messenger. Messenger knocks at the door. As the door opens, Habib goes. Who is it? Ana Baridul Hussein. I am the messenger of Hussein. Messenger of Hussein. Where is Hussein? Hussein is in Karbala. Karbala, what is it that you want? He sent you a letter. As soon as Habib takes the letter, first he pushes to his eyes, pushes to his forehead, kisses the letter, opens the letter. When he reads the letter, what is it? Hussein is saying, Habib, come to me. Now Habib, come to me. Habib is looking at the letter, looking at his wife inside the other room, looking at the letter, looking at the wife inside the room. How do I tell her? But now, because when the talk was going with the messenger, Habib's wife says, who is it? He says, a letter from Hussein ibn Ali. Hussein ibn Ali writing to you, what is it? He says, he needs my help. He needs my help. So the wife of Habib is saying, if he needs your help, what are you thinking? Why are you waiting? The Fatima Zahra's son is asking you to help and you are thinking. He says, no, I am worried. If I go, what will happen to you? Who will take care of you? You know, the riwayat say, the words of the wife of Habib ibn Muzahir. She says, Habib, you go. If I have to eat dust and mud, I will eat that and continue my life. But you cannot leave the son of Fatima to Zahra. Go. He says, I was wanting to go, I was just trying to test you. He sends a servant out, take my horse, I will try to slip out, otherwise I will not be able to slip out. Ibn Ziyad is putting a curfew, somehow with some means. Ibn Habib goes out of the city. On the way they reach Karbala. It was time in the morning when they reach. As they reach, this was the time when he's actually entering into Karbala. Riwayat say, Hussein was sitting in a tent, Abbas is there, Auna Muhammad is there, Qasim is there, Ali Akbar is there, Hussein is sitting. All of a sudden, Hussein stands up, turns towards the tent door and the tent curtain, tells Abbas, go outside. Ali Akbar, go outside. Auna Muhammad, go outside. A friend of mine is coming. Bring them inside. Bring him inside. Abbas goes, Akbar goes, Auna Muhammad and Qasim go. As they go outside, what do they see? Habib ibn Muzahir coming. Habib ibn Muzahir coming. Bring my brother, bring my friend to me. As Habib entered into the periphery of Karbala, a loud shout of Nare Takbir emanated into the forces of Hussein. This force, this Nare Takbir that came, entered into the ears of Zainab. Zainab is now worried. Zainab is perplexed. She calls Fizza and says, first time after second Muharam that we've entered into Karbala, that we've heard a happy sound, a sound of Takbir in Karbala, in my forces, in the force of my brother Hussein. Find out what is the issue. As Fizza goes, short while comes running, face flushed with happiness. She says, Shahzadi Mubaraki, because the friend of your brother Habib ibn Muzahir has come. Habib ibn Muzahir has come. As soon as Zainab hears Habib has come, she tells Fizza, go call Habib, I need to talk to him. Habib, I need to talk to him. Fizza goes, tells Hussein, Ya Aqa, Shahzadi needs to talk to Habib ibn Muzahir. Hussein moves. Habib ibn Muzahir moves. They stand outside the tent. Zainab is inside the tent. The curtain is placed. One side Habib and Hussein. The other side Zainab. As soon as Fizza tells her, Habib is standing outside, Zainab says, oh Habib, my salams upon you. My salams upon you. Habib, listen, starts beating his face. He says, oh, when have the princesses from the house of the Ahlul Bayt started giving salams on individuals insignificant as myself? What state has come upon you? Oh, Shahzadi, how is it that I can help you? Zainab says, Habib, it's good that you've come. All along it were the enemies that were coming. At least I know there is some support for my brother. But Habib, I'm worried about one thing. I'm worried about one thing. Habib says, Shahzadi, till I am there is nothing to be worried about. Tell me what is the issue. She says, I'm worried about my hijab. Otherwise, I'm not worried about anything. But I'm only worried about my hijab. What will happen when the war starts? Habib says, I give you my word, till for so long as this servant of yours is alive, your hijab is going to be safe. This word of Habib finishes. 9th of Muharam comes. 10th of Muharram comes. Habib is killed. Akbar is killed. Hussein is killed. Sham-e-Ghariba comes. Tents are burned. At that point of time, the veil and the hijab of Zainab is pulled out. Now when the Zainab's veil and hijab is pulled out, Zainab doesn't call out Hussein. Zainab doesn't call out Abbas. She turns to the Maqtal, points to the direction of the lash of Habib. Oh brother Habib, you had promised me, but now that you have gone, see what the enemies have done to your sister in your city. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون ألا ولعنة الله على القوم الظالمين. معتصم حسين.
Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, jab rida sar se chhini, main sada deti rahi, tu na aaya ghazi. Jab rida sar se chhini, میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نہ آیا غازی. جب ردا سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نہ آیا غازی. آل عمران نے کہا اور زندہ نے کہا, آل عمران نے کہا اور زندہ نے کہا, یہ بہن قید ہوئی تو نہ آیا غازی. جب ردا سر سے میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نہ آیا غازی. جب ردا سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نہ آیا غازی. ہم کو پانی نہ ملے تیری خوشبو تو رہے, تیرے بازو نہ کٹے چاہے مشکی زاچ دے, یہ مگر ہو نہ سکا تیرے بازو ہے جدا, مجھ پہ ہے تشن لبی تو نہ آیا غازی. جب ردا سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نہ آیا غازی. جب ردا سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نہ آیا غازی. دھوپ میں تو تھا شجر, تجھ سے آباد تھا گر, ہے برہنا میرا سر کیا نہیں تجھ کو خبر. اے علمدار وفا اس بہن کو باخدا, تجھ سے دارس تھی بری تو نہ آیا غازی. جب ردا سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نہ آیا غازی. جب جبریدہ سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نایا غازی آ گئی شام علم لٹ گئے اہل حرم ریت پر چلتی ہوئی ہو گیا ٹھنڈا علم پرسہ دینے کے لیے مجھ سے ملنے کے لیے آگے یہ بابا علی تو نایا غازی جبریدہ سر سے چینی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نایا غازی جبریدہ سر سے چینی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نایا غازی دھوپ میں تو تھا شجر تجھ سے آباد تھا گر ہے برہنا میرا سر کیا نہیں تجھ کو خبر اے علمدار وفا اس بہن کو باخدا تجھ سے دارس تھی بری تو نایا غازی جبریدہ سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نایا غازی جبریدہ سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نایا غازی ہم کو پانی نہ ملے تیری خوشبو تو رہے تیرے بازو نہ کٹے چاہے مشکی زاچی دے یہ مگر ہو نہ سکا تیرے بازو ہے جدا مجھ پہ ہے تشن لبی تو نایا غازی جبریدہ سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نایا غازی جبریدہ سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نایا غازی آل عمران نے کہا اور زندہ نے کہا آل عمران نے کہا اور زندہ نے کہا یہ بہن قید ہوئی تو نایا غازی جبریدہ سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نایا غازی جبریدہ سر سے چھنی میں صدا دیتی رہی تو نایا غازی یا حسین 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 وعن محمد وعن محمد صلوات
السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين وابن سيد الوصيين السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا مولى ابن مولاه. السلام عليك يا قريب القرباء. السلطان أبا الحسن علي بن موسى الرضا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب العصر والزمان. الأمان 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 يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا كعبة الإيمان. السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل الساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.